so-called boxing specialists. Well, if they boxing specialists, and I've done it this long, what does that make me? No different from this. Okay, you have a fighter, right? He gets fighter of the decade, but he had a draw and he got beaten in a decade. I've done it a decade and a half. I've done it a decade and a half without an L. Took 2 years off and came back and beat the best when y'all said was the best. I ain't getting no tune-up against an ESPN fighter. I got a tune-up against one of the top guys out there. I'm gonna say these are facts. Okay, then they say, you know what? Then they say that, you know what? He's over the hill. But now he's 40, and now they say, okay, we want to match him for a third time. He's 40.
And he was over the hill when he fought you. Yeah, he was over the hill when he fought you.
I got a medal. Shane Moses was in a fight before my fight. Before my fight, and they said, you know what? This is the best Shane has ever looked.
Yeah, knocked the guy out.
This is the best he ever looked. He's the best he ever looked.
But remember, you were scared the fighter walked away.
No, I was scared the fighter cheat and walked away.
Shane knocked out the guy you were scared of.
You go back. You go and look at this. Now you have a fighter. You had a fighter, right? You look at the story. You had a fighter that, cut. Panama Lewis cut the inside of a glove out. They accused him of cutting the inside of a glove out, right? The guy got beat. He died. He got banned for life. But once again, you gotta realize the fighter that lost wasn't the fighter that he wasn't supposed to lose, right? This was Bob Arum's. He had a Caucasian fighter that he was building at that particular time. He was building, had him undefeated. He was a good little fighter, right? But of course, so Bob Arum the guy was banned for life from the sport of boxing. But then we got what's the guy name? The other little fighter that fought. What's the guy name? We're just talking about who's doing the cheat.
Margarito.
You got Margarito that can put a cast in his glove, but he's Arum fighter. He's Arum fighter. He said, you know what? Now if, you gotta realize, Arum fighter was fighting against a Golden Boy fighter. So is he banned for life? Absolutely not. So just look at these things. Panama Lewis. He's a black trainer now. Look at these things. I'm just trying to tell you what goes on. Just make this make sense. Really do your homework on this.
Did that raise a red flag? You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, what would this make them do? What would they do? They subpoenaed the company. They got to tell who gave the story. What would make them? But guess what's so crazy? 4 days before the fight, they put my story everywhere, right? But that story got put out just around the fight. We hear it nowhere. Some fan dug it up and sent it to me on the email. But once again, if Pacquiao's with Bob Arum, right? But they went behind Bob Arum and tried to negotiate a deal directly with me. But if you're making so much money, you're happy with the situation you in. Why are you trying to negotiate? I'm just trying to. I don't do. That's cutthroat stuff. No different from I'm with HBO. HBO gave me an opportunity. Me and HBO, if we go through ups and downs, we can fix them kinks. We can fix them kinks. But I'm just saying, you know what? HBO, I'm not gonna give y'all a chance. I'm just gonna go over to Showtime. You got to be loyal to who you're with. I was with Bob Arum. My contract got up. I said, you know what? I want to be my own boss. So my options. Here goes $795, $1 million. Here you go. You can take that. I'm my own boss though. I can get my own gate. I get my own 850 gate.
And more importantly, you've generated more money since you stepped away than you did in your whole career.
Every time I've stepped away.
That's right.
Every time I've stepped away.